What's up, guys? It's Eric. This is about snorting Viagra, eating Viagra, snorting Cialis, eating Cialis. I mean, these are drugs that were designed for not even erectile dysfunction, but that is actually what they're used for now. This is my experience with these drugs because I've taken both of these drugs. I am a recovering addict of alcohol and cocaine. I've lost a wife and a father to suicide. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a doctor. I'm diagnosed with ADHD, PTSD, GAD, MDD. And I like to share my struggles and experiences and stories, just hoping that it helps somebody. That's what my whole channel is about, even having a little bit of fun. This video here, though, is the effects of actually taking these two drugs and taking them the incorrect way. So with Cialis and Viagra, they're designed to take orally as a pill. They are, in a sense, time-released. Viagra, after you take it as a pill, takes roughly about 20 minutes to 30 minutes for it to kick in. You can usually feel it when it's kicking in because it does have some side effects that actually affected me, such as you could feel like the temperature change or even the redness in your face a little bit. You could feel a little bit of lightheadedness. Cialis is more of even time release. It was supposed to be that you could take a Cialis and it was good for anywhere from 28 to 48 hours after taking it. I experimented a lot with both of these drugs because I do struggle with sex addiction. When I was ruining my life with alcohol and cocaine, I was abusing sex tremendously. And when you are using those two drugs, well, let's face it, you're probably not going to get it up, especially if you're a guy. That's one of the downsides of being a guy. And being addicted to alcohol and cocaine along with sex addiction is you're going to have to find something that's going to help you out. So a lot of times you're going to end up resorting to Cialis, you're going to end up resorting to Viagra. And taking these drugs hits you a lot differently if you snort them or if you eat them. Well, pretty much what happens is if you snort them, anytime you crush these medications up, there is no more time release. So it's going to hit you a lot stronger. It's going to hit you a lot quicker. And sometimes, people are like, well, I wanted to hit in right away. Let the medications at least do what they were designed to do. Whenever you crush them up, it kills any kind of sort of time release. It does work if you eat these and you actually chew them up in your mouth. It does work if you snort them. It's going to hit you a lot harder. And especially when you're mixing these with alcohol, you're going to end up blacking out. I've shared about that before on my channel. The shit hits you that much harder. When you're snorting them, it hits you that much harder, especially when you're doing cocaine. One of the things that people don't realize is, what these do is they relax the wall muscles of your blood vessels. It gets the blood flowing a lot easier and quicker. So any kind of drugs that you're putting into your body are going to hit you a lot faster, and it's even more dangerous. It's one of those that's very deadly, especially with cocaine, because cocaine is a hardcore stimulant. You can have a heart attack from it. It's not very common that you're going to hear of somebody ODing from cocaine. Not like what you hear from heroin or some of the other drugs that are out there, even benzos. You don't hear about it as much with cocaine. The effects, though, man, it literally just fucks you up. It fucks you up beyond a point that nothing is enjoyable. You're not going to remember anything, so it's really fucking pointless. You're better off going and buying a fucking movie ticket or sitting in a park. You're not going to remember it. It blacks you out that bad. You may wake up hours, maybe the next day, and you're just going to be like, man, what happened? Like, you're going to have those little bits and pieces, but you don't remember shit. And that's the whole thing that sucks about it, that you think that you're trying to feed this high, and you don't. Anytime that you eat any of these medications or you snort these medications, it removes all that time effect to it. So anything else that you're putting into your body, especially when it comes to both of these medications, all it does is go through your body even quicker. The effects hit even harder. It's not like you're even going to get more bang for your buck when you're using. It's that you're going to continue using how you were. You're going to throw yourself at risk, though, of hurting other people. You're going to throw yourself into risky situations. And you're going to throw yourself into the possibility of killing somebody or killing yourself, even when it comes to driving, just impairing your thoughts. If you're taking Viagra, or you're taking Cialis, or a erectile dysfunction medication, take them as directed. Allow them for the time for them to kick in. And it's not one of those that mixing it with everything just makes it all that much more, fun and enjoyable. It really doesn't. It ruins the experience. There is no enjoyment there. And even if your partner ended up having a good time, you don't fucking remember. So it's not like you were even there. When you eat these medications and you don't take them as directed and you snort them, your biggest thing is it's not going to get you harder quicker. It's not going to or longer, I should say. It'll get you harder a little bit quicker because it hits your system that much quicker, but it also gets out of your system that much quicker. Especially even with Cialis. There is no time release now, essentially, to this. I mean, this shit all goes through your system very quickly. So all you're going to do is end up costing yourself more money. You're going to burn through it very quickly. I was to the point where I was taking one pill of Cialis a day or one pill of Viagra essentially a day. And I did this for about a little over a year straight. So it's going to really wreck your whole system. It's one of those that you almost become dependent on it because you mentally build up in your head that you can't have sex without these. Even when you are sober, it took me a while to actually get over that mental hurdle because I became so dependent and reliant on these drugs because I was using at the time. And when I was using is when I became very risky in what I did. I became just zero fucks given. So even then, you're not realizing the effects that, I mean, you snort one of these or you eat one of these, you slam some alcohol, half the amount of alcohol that it normally takes to get you fucked up, I mean, will fuck you up. But if you get into a drinking pattern or drinking habit, all of a sudden that hits you even harder and you're not stopping. I mean, it's almost habit forming of when you're slamming shots or when you're slamming beers that you don't realize that it's something of habit. And whenever I blacked out, I went back to just what the habits were. So I would still drink the same amount. I would use the same amount, not get any real benefit of it other than the fact that I put myself in situations that could have killed a lot more people and hurt people. I mean, thankfully I never got a DUI. I never hurt anyone. I hurt people in different senses, but not in the sense of hitting anyone with a vehicle. And when you're doing these drugs, when you're chewing them, when you're messing with them and you're mixing them, you're not going to get any real benefit from it. You're going to end up just being a hot fucking mess. The drugs do work on their own. You don't need alcohol. You don't need cocaine. The mixing these together, all it does is fuck with you more, especially when you're eating them and snorting them, because there is no even release in your system. There is no prep time in your system, and it hits your system just that much harder. I mean, this is what my whole channel is about, is just sharing experiences, sharing tools, resources, anything I can to help somebody out there that's struggling with something. I mean, I want to bridge the gap between a crisis hotline and therapy. That was my goal. That was always been my goal, is I want people to know that it's okay. And whatever it is that you're going through, it's okay. And I can share from a lot of the experiences I've had. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, hit that like and subscribe button. Even in the description down below, I have links to all my different social medias. I have links to the mental health discords for the teen and for the adult Discord communities. It's peer-to-peer support. I even have links down below to BetterHelp if you want to try online therapy. Or even have links to things that I use on Amazon, because I do struggle with GAD and MDD, which is general anxiety disorder and major depressive disorder. Just different coping tools that I use, whether it's a fidget spinner, fidget cube, weighted blanket. These are just different tools because it's trial and error in our life to find out what works for us. And what works for me might not work for somebody else. And it comes down to finding out what works for you, because it is worth it. And I can tell you this, when you get your life cleaned up and you do get sober, shit, life becomes that much fucking better. It really fucking does. So don't give up on yourself and don't give up on life. No matter what it is you're going through, remind yourself that you're a BAMF. You're a badass motherfucker. You made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through 2 today. So remember that you got this. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'd love to have you along for the journey. I'd love to read your comments down below of your experiences and letting people know that it's all right, that no matter what they're going through, that they're not alone, because that's the worst fucking feeling in the world, is feeling that we're alone and that nobody does understand. I can guarantee you this, you're not alone. I can guarantee you this, that it does get better. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's do this together.